Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. Before we kick off today's show, just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been subscribing to our channel. It means a lot to us that you guys have taken that decision to hit that subscribe button and become part of this lovely Man United community. And if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and opinions from one single dose, and that is our daily show. And like always, please make sure you hit that like button on this video so it gets pushed out to lots more people, lots more Man United fans. Thank you very much. In today's show, we're going to be talking about Sir Bobby Charlton's funeral that took place yesterday. We're going to be talking also about the Jim Ratcliffe takeover. What is the latest news on that? Also, in today's show, we're going to be talking about Erik ten Hag and his record as the manager of Man United. Has he done well or hasn't he? There were some really interesting stats that were revealed earlier this week that really did shine a different light on United and Erik ten Hag. What is all that about? We'll discuss it in today's show, and of course we'll bring you all the latest transfer news coming out of Man United and more. So make sure you hit that like button on this video, sit back, relax, and let's kick off today's show. Yesterday we had the funeral of Sir Bobby Charlton take place. We saw lots of ex-Man United fans and other people connected closely to Man United turn up, although Erik ten Hag did miss the funeral. Now that has created some headlines, but we are told that ten Hag had a prior engagement that he could not cancel and had to attend, and therefore could not attend the funeral. Now, of course, in some quarters, they're going to take this and run with it, saying ten Hag should have attended. It was disrespectful. I heard some comments already coming out of some newspapers saying that. But look, we don't know what this prior engagement was. We're only told that ten Hag had to go back to Holland and could not attend the funeral of Sir Bobby Charlton. Now, moving on to club news. Earlier this week, we had some stats revealed about Man United being the most informed team in the Premier League. Now, I must admit that surprised me, and I'm sure it has surprised lots of viewers as well. No one really was keeping the tabs on which team was the most informed team in the Premier League, but when it was United, I had to sit back and take a look at this carefully. In all the chaos surrounding United and Erik ten Hag, we missed the thing that was most important. That was United, even despite their poor performances, were actually winning their games. They were getting the results. They were grinding out 1-0 wins, but they were getting them. Most fans were still not happy with the performances. The media, the press, everyone was on ten Hag's back saying he's not good enough, he needs to be sacked. And there was this whole wave of criticism coming ten Hag's way, and there was serious concerns about him getting sacked. Now, just a few weeks ago, we were covering stories about ten Hag possibly facing the sack. Now, we were firmly against this. We said this openly on our show that ten Hag needs our backing, he needs the fans behind him, and we were completely against getting rid of another manager because it wouldn't have changed anything. But we can now see from the stats that have been given, we've seen the stats, and we've seen that ten Hag actually has been doing really well despite everything that he's going through with the team, with the injuries, with the circus that the Glazers have caused. He has kept it level-headed and he's kept the players going. I mean, look at our team this season, and he's still getting the performances, well, not the performances, but getting the results out of this team. He's had all these attackers, Rashford, Bruno, Højlund. No one is scoring any goals. We as fans can see this. There's no goals in that team right now. No one is stepping up to the plate. No one is actually doing any job for United. Bruno's not playing well. Rashford's certainly not playing well. Højlund's not playing well. We've got Mount, who's not hit the ground running. He is not doing what we were expecting him to do. Amrabat's come in, not done a good enough job. Onana has looked really weak at the back. So we are playing Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire in the centre-back positions, and yet ten Hag is still grinding out those results, and you have to take your hat off to him. And this is exactly why we feel you've got to back your manager. There's all this hype around getting rid of Erik ten Hag and getting a new manager, but that is not what solves the problems at United. We've seen this time and time again. Managers coming and going where there's a media hype. Someone somewhere starts this rumour that Erik ten Hag or another manager needs to be sacked, and that's the only solution to the problem. And then then everybody else jumps onto the back of that and just simply tries to make that the issue of the day. But it's never been about Ten Hag, and we can see that he is doing really well as a Man United manager, and we need to back him even despite all the crap that's going on at United with the whole takeover. Ten Hag has remained calm and calculated, and he keeps on going. He's lost lots of players to injuries, top players. We've got Martinez out, we've got Luke Shaw out. We've got all these top players missing and not playing in the United team. And imagine if he had the full array of players available to him. Imagine if he could actually play the style that he wants to play. I think United would be up there in the top 4 slots and really doing well this season. And the other misconception we have as fans is that Man United are way below the table and nowhere near the top 4 spots, but that's not true. We're only a few points away from top 4, and I said it. I did say that we will get into that top 4 slot. There's a long way to go. We've not even reached Christmas. We've not even reached the end of the year. There's a long way to the season to go, and I believe United will get in that top 4. And imagine if this United team actually do start playing well, do start scoring goals, then we will be absolutely unstoppable. And that is what all fans need to concentrate on. We need to actually look at this and say, right, this is a positive. We've not been playing well, but we have been getting the results. Now imagine if we do start playing well, what would we do to the other teams? That is what I want you to think about. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're new to the Man United Stream channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now moving on to takeover news. Ratcliffe's takeover is causing a lot of hype and drama around Man United, which is expected. The media are going into a complete overdrive, and anything that happens at United just gets blown out of proportion. They love speculating and bringing up random reports of players here, players there, all being linked to United, and Ratcliffe signing every player that's going. But we all know that that is not true. That is never the case. The media love reporting on players that are being linked to United and all the possible players that United might buy. But we all know that that is not the way it actually happens in reality. We know that Jim Ratcliffe is not going to be going out there on a shopping spree in January. He's going to be calculated, and that's what we're hearing from sources within Man United and Ineos, that Jim Ratcliffe has a plan and he will stick to that plan. They're not going to go out there and start buying players willy-nilly in January. We're not going to go out there and start buying these superstar players either. So Jim Ratcliffe and the Ineos group, once they take over that 25% of United, are simply not going to come in and start spending money and start spending big on bringing in players. That is not their style. That is not what they're going to do. It's going to be a very strategic, very slow build up to what they want. So if you're expecting huge, massive changes to take place within a day or two of him arriving, that's not going to happen. And I don't think we're going to see much movement even in the January transfer window. What we are going to see is some key players being brought in because we are desperately in need of these key players. And one position we know that is going to be filled is the centre-back position, and it looks like it is going to be Todibo who's going to come in and fill in that position. He was linked to United in the summer transfer window. It was very close. It would have happened if Maguire had left United, but that didn't happen. Now we had many reports that it'd be this week that United make that crucial announcement, announcing that Jim Ratcliffe has become part of Man United, has bought that 25%, and he is now bringing in the team to start working on the footballing side of things. What we are being told is that the announcement will not come from the Rain Group or the Glazers directly. It will come from Man United, most likely with a statement on their website. Now, talking about transfers in January, we've heard in the last 24 hours that there's several clubs have approached United and made inquiries about Jadon Sancho. What talent he was. It is a shame that it's going to end like this, but it does look like Jadon Sancho is going to get sold in January. When we first signed him, there was some great hopes on Jadon Sancho becoming a United player, a United legend, and that didn't transpire. He hasn't performed for whatever reason. Behind the scenes, we're not quite sure, but he's not performed on the pitch, and it looks like this is end of his United career. It looks like he's he's going to get sold in January. We've heard of rumours that Juventus have inquired. We've heard other clubs like Borussia Dortmund have also made inquiries, and it does look like United are open to offers, and it does look like he will be sold in January. Also, in the last 24 hours, we're getting reports that there's several Saudi clubs that are interested in signing United players. We're talking about Varane, Casemiro, and even Bruno Fernandes has been mentioned in the news. Some people saying that Saudi clubs are actually interested in signing Bruno Fernandes. I cannot see that happening. I cannot see United selling their captain. I don't think United will be that silly to sell someone like Bruno Fernandes to a Saudi club. Now, we can't say never, because if Saudi come out with something ridiculous and make an offer that is too good to refuse, I think United probably will sell any player. But right now, it does not look like Bruno Fernandes is going to be going anywhere. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Would you sell Bruno Fernandes if the right offer came in, or do you think he's too important to United? Now, personally, I think he's a key player for Man United. He is our captain, and you do not go around selling your captains. But drop your comments below. Let us know what you think. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.